it's Danielle, and welcome to Let's Talk Food, where we talk about food, eat bomb food, and talk about whatever else is on my mind. So today I have a very special guest. His name is Chef Bruce Spivak. He's done everything between being the executive chef at restaurants, owning his own businesses, food styling, recipe development, and he's been teaching for longer than I've been alive. So please help me welcome Chef Bruce Spivak. You guys, Chef is here. I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful. What I didn't mention in the intro was he was actually my chef when I was in school for culinary. So he knew me from when I was 16, from a while ago. So yes, I'm just grateful that you're here.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, thank you. So I want you to look at these ingredients. I feel like you already know. What is it?
If we're not making banana bread, I would be very surprised.
We're not making banana bread.
Okay.
Yes. I love surprising people. So the story behind this recipe is that when we were in school, you taught us how to make properly right recipes, right? And you had us for an assignment. I think we had to do like a family recipe.
That's correct.
Yes, and this was the recipe that I wrote. I mean, I've changed it a lot since then because at the time it's actually banana fritters. It's called fritters, banana fritters, but fritters. But in my house we call it fritters, banana fritters. So that is what this is. I've changed it a lot since then because at the time I think I had egg in there and maybe some dairy milk. But for this we have almond milk, and it's not that much, not much at all, and we have spelt flour. So before I used, I think it was just white flour.
It was white flour.
Yes, white flour, but this is spelt flour, so you know, I switched it up a little bit. So for my banana fritters or banana fritters family recipe that I have revamped, we'll be mixing all of the ingredients in a bowl and frying them in a pan covered in oil, so you can use avocado oil or grapeseed oil. So the ingredients include 3 super ripe bananas, and you want to make sure that they're very ripe with the freckles so that they're super naturally sweet. A half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 cup of spelt flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of almond milk, and we can fold in 1 tablespoon of unsweetened coconut shavings. I'm doing this because I love coconut, but this ingredient is totally optional and up to you. In school, like when I first started, I came home and I told my parents, oh my gosh, you guys, I have this chef. He's pretty much done everything. Like, I was so excited to know that I had somebody who I knew I would be able to learn from because of the fact that they have done so much in the industry. So being that you've done so much, what do you feel like is the most fulfilling for you? Like throughout your career, what thing did you do that like really made your soul smile?
Has to be the teaching.
Yeah.
Has to be the teaching. Absolutely. Had the opportunity to touch so many different people.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, the people actually listen and are interested in what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the ones that make it all worthwhile.
Yes.
And when it turns around and it comes back and I see them all grown up, being responsible individuals,
yes,
following their life dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Can't pay me enough. That's my payment right there.
That's beautiful. Do you have a lot of students who come back to you and like tell you like, oh, I learned this from you and this is the life I'm living now?
I'm still friends with people from 20-year students I had 22 years ago.
Wow.
Yes. Is it a large number? No. Most students are afraid of me.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. Apparently I give off an aura and I make people nervous. Aren't you nervous today? You were nervous that I was coming.
I wasn't nervous, actually. I was excited. I feel like, you know, some people get nervous at things that they're not 100% sure of, or maybe they're just not secure in themselves enough to, like, really be able to face truth head on, because you're very honest.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing that makes people very nervous with
yes.
me. I call them like I see them. I never mince words.
Yes.
I mince garlic, but never words.
And it's funny because when I want to show you like exactly, because I wish I had the actual recipe that I wrote so we could I could like tape it up here and we can actually follow it, but this is just
too bad you didn't ask me for it, because I might.
Wow,
I do have
that's
things.
so crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so I just have some super ripe bananas. The more ripe they are, the better. You really want it to be extra sweet because we don't add much sweetener to it. I have some maple syrup here, and in the recipe that I wrote at the age of 16, I actually had brown sugar. So I'm really moving in the direction of just not using refined sugar or added sugar at all. Like I'll use maple syrup to sweeten, or dates, like natural sweeteners I really like. He has really strong arms. See? Killing it. Killing it. Yes. All right.
Go ahead, you put it right now.
And it's funny that you say that too, because I remember in class, he would drop a lot of gems in school, and not everybody would catch it. Not all the students would catch some of the things that he would say. And one thing that is very notable in my life, something that he said to me, is saving money. It's something as simple as that. Really, I held on to that for up until now, and I'm going to keep holding on to that forever. At the time when I was in school, because of him, I created my first savings account by myself. And to date, I now have 3 different savings accounts, plus an investment account, plus a collection of liquid cash. And that all started from a seed that he planted in my brain as a youth, basically. So listen to your elders. They be knowing stuff. And I also added coconuts to this recipe, coconut shavings.
You're killing me here.
Yes, you got
Why
this.
are you killing me?
You got this.
Why are you killing me? Do you know what's going on here? Do you have anything else to add?
Nope, that's it.
Nah, you don't want to overmix this because it gets tough.
Yes, thank you, Chef.
Quick bread. That's already overmixed.
This is, I like this because this is a family recipe. So it's not perfect. And it's not gonna be, always the right way, I guess, to do things, because this is just what my grandmothers did after not really knowing exactly how, but it always just came out perfect.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with what you did, and look at that batter, it's perfect.
Yes, it is. Wow.
First shot.
Smell it.
It smells like bananas.
Yes, it smells so good. It smells so good. So do you have any rituals as a chef, like something that you do to prepare to cook, or something that you do while you're cooking that you just always find yourself doing?
I was trained by Escoffier's sous chef. And Escoffier was a famed chef who did a lot of things for chefdom.
Yes.
His sous chef had to be the oldest, ugliest looking Frenchman I ever saw in my life. And he is immortalized in some books that people have, like Anthony Bourdain has mentioned him. Chef Bernard, when I had him, was about 81 or 82 years old.
Wow.
He would sit us down at a long conference table and discuss the menu and the recipes. And he would always have coffee and danishes brought in for us. He'd pass around his personal cigarettes, because everybody smoked back then.
Oh my
We had a grand old time. Very personal, very jovial,
Right.
just like me.
Yes.
And then it was time to go to the kitchen, and his hat went on. And once that hat went on, you could not talk to this man in any way, shape, or form. So I wouldn't work with you today until I put on my jacket and my apron,
Right.
and I didn't wear a hat because it wouldn't be appropriate here. But that's kind of like my ritual. Once my hat goes on, I'm all business.
Yes, and
All
I sure
business.
remember that.
You do remember.
I
Students
do
remember.
remember
It's no screwing around. I like to have fun in the kitchen. It
Yes.
should be enjoyable. Food is enjoyable.
Yes.
But the process of making food and serving it safely to people is very, very serious work. When all the work is done, it's time for fun.
Yes.
Until then, you better be working
Right.
and have your mind focused.
I like that response.
That's what my ritual is.
That's dope.
My hat, when my hat goes on.
That's dope. Yes, I love that. You can make these as big or as small as you'd like. Ooh, it's definitely not hard enough. I need this to be dramatic and obnoxious when I put it on the fire.
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let that one come up to temp before you put the next one.
Yes. I just
I'll
love
still
feeling
hear
it.
whispering in your ear.
I know,
that, right?
I know. I just love the way it feels.
So, are you still rolling? Good.
Yes.
So, here's what I'm going to tell you. You asked me before about students.
Yes.
Yes, they will come and visit me and they say, I still hear you in the back of my voice.
Lord, oh my
that
gosh.
little voice in the back of my head.
Some
still
plus,
talking.
we some plus.
And it comes in handy and it's saved my life many times.
It does. It does. And it comes out of nowhere too, the voice. Like, I'm not even in school right now. Why do I hear his voice? Yes.
Almost.
Yes. So we really want to wait till the fire is hot. Hot, 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 hot oil. So you hear the dramatics and you feel the dramatics when you drop it in the oil. Yes. And we're gonna let each side fry for about maybe 2 to 5 minutes, not even that long. Just so they're golden brown on each side. Thanks, Chef.
All right, you have room for one more in here. Come on.
Alright. Still challenging me. Still challenging me. Oh my
my job.
goodness. So, since you knew me from that age and then you know me now, who was I guess, from 16, 17, 18, and now, I'm not that much older, but still, time has passed. I went through 4 years of university. What do you feel like has changed with me?
I have the ability to see you. That's what I do. I look at the students and I make judgments on what I see. I still see the same girl. Belief that you can do anything that you want.
Right.
That's what I saw in you. You followed my advice,
Yes.
which you already had in your mind anyway.
Yes.
I just was the extra catalyst to push you.
Yes. And sometimes we really do need that. We do need that one person to say what we're thinking so that it kind of just gives us a little bit more confirmation. So you don't feel like anything changed like with me from high school to now?
Well, listen, because you're more self-confident, you're more vocal about your spirituality, you're more vocal about your origins, you're more vocal about your future and how you're focusing it. This one?
That's true. I feel like I was confident at that point, but definitely.
You were confident.
Yeah, definitely.
But not like you are today. Now you're solidly in charge of yourself.
Yes. Yes.
That's growing up.
True. True. And I feel like with you set a great example for the people the students that you teach, I should say, because although you've done so much up until this point, you're still looking to do more. So do you want to talk about like things that you're working on maybe? Because I know that this guy's always working on something, always challenging himself, and that's why he's so able to challenge other students, because he sets that example.
I'm always doing different things. I've got businesses going on. I'm doing home maintenance for people. I'm involved with mentoring students. I'm involved right now. I'm trying to build a business and hospitality management course for the students so they can take it to the next level. They need to come out.
Yeah. So he's creating a whole
I've
program.
written a state-approved program.
Yes.
It's already state-approved. I'm just waiting for students to join my class so I can run this program.
And they will.
The opportunity for me to teach people about other aspects. I need to get out of the culinary. I've done it too much now. Time for a new challenge in my life.
Yes, I love that. Stay hungry. That's the message for today. Stay hungry.
Hey, people today don't have the skills that you have. Personal skills. Looking people in the eye, being able to have discussions about things without looking at their phone. Simple things like that.
Oh,
that's what we call
huge.
soft skills.
Yes.
Very difficult for people to get. And everybody out in the world who's hiring people looking for people with soft skills. So that's what I want to start teaching.
That's amazing. And I feel like it's not really taught in school for whatever reason.
It isn't.
And I feel like it's some of the most important things in life, not just in your professional career, but just in life. You need to know how to look somebody in the eye when you're speaking to them. Like, that's important.
What goes good with bananas?
Strawberries.
Peanut butter, bacon, and strawberries.
Strawberries. Ooh, I do have strawberries.
You know, Danielle, I've been on TV a whole bunch of times. A lot of people don't know that about me.
I saw it when I was reading your bio. I was like, yeah, he's super cool.
Yeah, really back in the 80s, before there was such thing as a TV chef, besides from Graham Care. I was asked by Cablevision to do a regular show.
Why didn't you do it?
Well, I did some, but it was very taxing, and it was very early in the morning, and I had a young family, and I had businesses to run, and job to do, so I did it for a little while, but then I stopped. I think I have one episode that I have saved on tape.
I gotta see.
I have one I definitely have. Somebody might have another one somewhere.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh. So do you have any advice for me moving forward in that direction?
Advice for you?
Yes.
For doing these types of programs, or actually maybe perhaps moving to TV?
Yes.
Keep at it. That's what I can tell you. Keep at it. Because you just need people to see it. When enough people see it and the right person sees it, then you'll be able to move forward with it.
Yes.
Advice beyond that, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I see the production values that they have. They're very good. He does a great job.
Yeah, he does. Alright, so this is what it looks like right now. They are beautiful, but Chef just challenged me once again to figure out what I need to do to finish this off. And he said, what goes good with bananas? Peanut butter, strawberries. So I have some strawberries, fresh strawberries that I cut up. We're just going to beautifully place them on top. Just to finish it off. Grandma never did this, but guess what? I'm doing it today. This is the family recipe. Banana fritters.
I don't think Grandma would be upset with you change.
I know. So I asked Chef what he would have done differently with my presentation, and he's about to show me. He's about to make this just spruce it up just a little bit more. And I feel like that's so important too, just knowing that you're a student of life. You're not perfect. I, by far, am not perfect, and I'm always ready to learn and be better. So I love having people around me who know more than me, who have done more than me, who can show me better ways to do things that I'm already doing. So just watch him work, y'all. Just watch him work.
Danielle.
Yes, Chef.
I don't know more than you. I just know different things.
Yes, I like the way
I'm not smarter than you. I'm not smarter than anybody. I'm a schmuck just like everybody else.
That's a fact.
And when it comes down to cooking, why do you need a chef? Because we look at food differently. We handle food regularly. We do things with them. We see things that are a little bit different than everybody else. And the more you do something, the better off you get at it. Think about a doctor. A doctor's business is called a practice. He's constantly learning, constantly practicing his skills. That's what makes him so good at what he's doing.
That's true.
So chefs are constantly practicing also.
Yes, so the new presentation, I feel like we could dust some cacao powder on this.
And then if I was going to kick it up a notch, I would have made for this a fruit salsa. Tropical fruit salsa.
Mango.
Bananas, mangoes, dragon fruit, oranges, jalapeno peppers.
Yes.
With this. That would set this off and it would be absolutely outrageous.
Alright, so I need you to just try this. And he's really going to be honest with how this tasted. But, you know, it's Grandma's recipe, so I know it's going to be incredible. He put his glasses on for this.
Well, if you've ever watched the chef eat before, we always stop and we look at our food and we feel our food and we see what we think about it before it goes in our mouth.
Yes.
I'm also feeling for temperature because I'll be darned if I'm going to burn my mouth.
Right. Yes, the nod. Yay.
They're very nice. Your grandma knew what she was doing.
Yes, it's Grandma and Mommy.
Plenty of sweetness in there, good banana flavors. You get all of those nice orchestrating flavor profiles behind it.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Yes! Yay! And does it taste whole wheat, because people have this misconception with spelt flour, because I took this from my mom and my grandma and I got the ideas, but I switched it up myself and I wanted to make it cleaner. So I changed it to spelt flour. I took out the brown sugar. I'm gonna try it.
You can't taste anything brown in there.
It smells so good. The crispiness on the outside.
No brown flour. It's delicious.
Yes.
It's all natural.
Mm-hmm. And you saw everything that we put in there. Everything.
Better than banana bread, just so you know. But it is a banana bread. It is a banana bread. Fritters are banana bread. Quick break. Sorry.
Alright, so at the end of every episode, we'll take a Polaroid picture to just save this moment. So you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So this is the mirror.
I can't see anything in it, but that's great.
Say vegan cheese.
Vegan cheese.
So since you have been teaching for longer than I've been alive, do you feel like, I know you learn something new every day from your students now.
I do.
Because even though you're the teacher, you know, it's a relationship, so they're teaching you too. What do you feel like would be like the one memorable thing that you have learned from some of your students?
Try and maintain a sense of humor in the kitchen.
Yes.
The kitchen can be a very, very trying place, a very difficult place. Fast decisions, hot things, sharp things. You've got to move and make changes in what you're doing all the time. There's no such thing as a plan. There's an idea of where you think you're going to go, and there's something that comes along, a speed bump that comes along every second of the day to change it.
Right.
If you don't maintain that sense of humor, it's very easy to go off the deep end and take off your shoes and start throwing them across the kitchen.
Yo, Chef is dropping gems. These are life lessons. Life lessons. I hope y'all are listening.
And yes, I have thrown my clogs across the kitchen.